I've had a lot going on in my personal life, and I needed something quick to do art-wise. So I decided to do a color study. And this particular study is going to be of the color orange. The reason I chose orange was because of a video that Anne Livingston made. I will link it in the comments below, where she is doing a focus on the color orange because it is fall. So essentially, I've got some pages in my sketchbook. If you don't have a lot of time, like I did a lot of these while I was sitting on the phone on hold because I was dealing with some various things. This is just great for you. It's just a quick study in your sketchbook. There's not a lot of commitment to it. You can do as many pages or as few as you want. Essentially, all I did was start pulling materials that had orange. And I used my orange, it's a tangerine colored Inktense pencil. I used these watercolor pencils in 2 shades of orange. I've got some of my Neo colors that are water soluble. I used oil pastels, and I used this watercolor paint right here. This is just a student grade, I believe. This is Camel brand. I'm not sure if it's available everywhere around the world. It's something that's I know is available local to me, but I used just this shade of orange right here. I also created a Pinterest board full of orange inspiration. So let me show you that real quick, and then we'll take a look through my sketchbook. Okay, so this is my orange color board on Pinterest. I actually started making these a few years ago when I was scrapbooking. And the goal of the board is to gather anything related to orange so that you can look at the different shades of color. You can look at the textures and get an idea if there are certain textures you want to put and mix in it. This is especially great for mixed media. Like I was doing mixed media scrapbooking, and I could kind of get a feel or inspiration for what I wanted to use. So I started adding more to the board, and I've added different portraits, just orange doors, different still life pictures, flowers, all kinds of things, even other paintings, just to get a feel for different ways I might present the color orange. There are a few other colors that make a recurring appearance in some of these. There are these different shades of yellow, like you see here. There are different shades of blue that you'll notice, especially here, this navy. Some of this sort of like teal green color comes into play in a few photos. So it gives you an idea without having to think of different color palettes that you can use and blend. It also gives you very clear ideas of shading for different hues and tones of orange and how they might work in your piece. So I will link to this Pinterest board below, and then if you check out my Pinterest account, I have one of these boards for quite a few colors. These are some of the scrapbook pages. Some of them I did, some of them are from other people. And anyway, that is my orange Pinterest board. So let's go take a look at what I did in my sketchbook. This piece was the most complex orange piece that I created during this time period. It's made with oil pastel. I used a few different neon colors here along with different standard oil pastel colors. And normally with the skin tones that I use, or the skin colors that I use, they're kind of outlandish. This was the first time I came close to an actual natural skin tone color. I chose some of these brown shades that had this like pink orange tint, like a peachy color to it. I felt they kind of went better as more of a neutral with some of the other orange shades, and they gave me more contrast in the piece itself. I also used some of these like tan brown colors, and there's actually this color here is like a terracotta, so it brings in a little more of like a brown red orange tone. But this is the completed piece that I made with oil pastel. Sorry, my cat keeps interrupting me for cat snuggles and attention. This is my other sketchbook. All of the next ones are going to be completed with watercolor and Inktense pencil. This particular piece, I pulled in some of the navy and the light blue. We saw some of those tones in the Pinterest board. I also mixed in a little bit of yellow with some of the orange to kind of brighten things up and give a little more tone and value. And there's just a drawing I have not finished. These were very simple, but I had a lot of fun with them. I had seen a few pieces that Sandy Hester had made and Tracy Verdugo with just very simple cat drawings. So this is literally just the Inktense pencil, a black Inktense pencil, and this shade of orange. So I would start off with just a blob of the orange. I'd try to shade it a little bit, leave some spaces for white, and then I would come back in with the orange Inktense pencil. This one's technically tangerine. I'd dip it in a little water to wet it, and then I'd start outlining and adding in some of the detail work. The only other color I used was the black Inktense pencil just to give a little bit to the whiskers. So all of the cats I'm about to show you were made in the same way. Some of them I like better than others, but I had a lot of fun with it. I might turn these into a fabric or put them in designs for a fabric or some stickers in the future. Just different positions of cats. Some of them came out good, some of them didn't. You can see here where I used the black Inktense pencil, varying the shades a little bit. I was able to really dilute it and get some of that gray there. This is a cat. He's running. And I think this is, yep, that's the last cat that I did. So these were just quick watercolor drawings I was doing while I was sitting on hold on the phone. Just very simple study of orange. So you can see that you can do something like this in your own sketchbook. It doesn't have to be complex. It's just to give you an idea of how you can work monochromatically or what colors you might like to use with shades of orange. And then if you want to, you can take that work to the canvas. That is all for the day. It is your turn to go create. And my cat would like to remind you to make sure to snuggle your pets. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.